So let me explain this thing. After a long time, Albert Einstein came with an idea of photoelectric effect. What does he explain? If it is a metal and if there is a ultraviolet light is collide with this metal, then there is an electron escape. Likewise, that electron have the energy E is equal to h nu. So when the electron is escaping from this metal, there is a frequency at certain level. That frequency is greater than at certain frequency level. So then only the electron which is escaping from this material or metal. So Einstein that time gives this idea E is equal to that energy of that electron is nothing but a multiplied by the Planck's constant and the frequency, what that frequency is needed to escaping this electron, that frequency is F. So Einstein also gave a famous equation E is equal to mc square. Also we know the momentum P is equal to mass into velocity. But Einstein told the which is escaping from this material is nothing but a photons having the energy E is equal to Planck's constant into the frequency. So photon does not have the mass, it is a massless. Because of this experiment, we also know the electron is a particle or it is also behaves like a waves. So if it is a waves, if it is electron is waves, or if it is a photons, that photons does not have any mass. So if I change this equation, Einstein famous equation, E is equal to mc square. From this I know m is equal to E divided by c square. So if I put this value in this equation, momentum P is equal to m means mass, the photon does not have the mass, which is actually in case of this photoelectric effect, this is E by c square and the velocity is denoted by c. So that means the momentum is equal to E by c. But what is actually E? Here E is nothing but a Planck's constant divided by and multiplied by frequency and divided by the c, velocity of light. So frequency divided by velocity is nothing but a wavelength lambda. So P is equal to h by lambda. So this is the famous equation derived by the de Broglie. So this famous equation is derived by the de Broglie. Using this equation, you can either change lambda is equal to h by p or p is equal to h by lambda. What is p? Momentum. Momentum is mass into velocity. So this is the waves and matter duality equation, that equation given by the de Broglie. After giving this equation, the Schrödinger come with an idea. Schrödinger give an idea, if light is a wave, then mathematically it is solved using the different method. Up to that, Newtonian mechanics is failed to explain the matter-wave duality. So now Schrödinger came with the idea of light is exactly a wave nature, like this. After solving this equation, Schrödinger solved this equation with the wave function, psi as a wave function. He find the energy of hydrogen atoms or any atoms, that energies exist in a energy state. If it is a hydrogen atom, the electron of the hydrogen atom is exist individual energy state. Individual energy state. So this is the virtue of fact that the light having matter as well as wave. So because of that, every electrons of every atom is occupied in an individual energy state, and that is why if the electron is occupied in its individual energy state, that means that electron does not lose its energy and it does not spiral into the atom, inside the atom. That is why electron is exist, which is circulating around the nucleus, and that is why atom is also exist. So this might be a solution, that solution given by the Schrodinger, which is the origin of the quantum mechanics. Electron have its individual energy state, and due to that individual energy state, electron occupy in its state and it does not fall or spiral inside the nucleus. So this is the answer of the first question. And secondly, if the nucleus consists of number of proton, the second question, nucleus consists of number of proton, that proton is not repelled because of the strong nuclear force of attraction. You know the four type of attractions: gravitational force of attraction, electromagnetic attraction, nuclear force of attraction, then strong nuclear force of attraction, and weak force of attraction. So this positively charged, which is exist inside the proton, this positively charged, if it is try to bifurcate or out from this nucleus, then there is a one type of force that is called strong nuclear force, which is attract this positive charge to each other. That is why the inside the nucleus, proton are exist together. But Chadwick also give an idea about the neutron, because up to now we clear the atom consists of proton as well as electron, and why not electron is spiral inside the or fall inside the nucleus, and because that is because of the electron have the individual energy state, and the proton why not repelled in the nucleus, because of the strong nuclear force of attraction is there. We don't know, up to now we don't know how to discover the neutron. In Chadwick 1932, he measured the hydrogen atom with the helium atom. He put on helium atom in a electric balance, and he put, here is a two hydrogen atom, because hydrogen atom having the two electron, only one electron, and helium atom have the two electron. Then the mass would be the same, but it is not happening, because if you measure the mass of this hydrogen atom, helium atom, of the two hydrogen atom, so the scenario is totally changed. It will look like mass of one helium atom is greater than the mass of two hydrogen atom. So this is the weighing machine. If suppose consider this is the weighing machine, then the mass of one helium atom is greater than the mass of two hydrogen atom. So why it is happening? Because helium have the two electron and hydrogen have the one electron. So I took here the two hydrogen atom, the mass would be like to be same, but it is not. Because of that, the scientists get confused why the mass of hydrogen atom. But if the scientists try with another experiment like this is the weighing machine, weighing valence, and he put here the only one hydrogen atom, and here helium atom, and here he put the four hydrogen atom. Then the mass of the four hydrogen atom is similar to the mass of the mass of the four hydrogen atom is similar to the mass of the one helium atom. Why? So there must be a something, the scientists conclude, that is inside the nucleus is proton as well as neutron. So neutron having the no charge and proton having the charge +1 and neutron having the no charge is 0. Because of that, scientists get understand the mass of neutron and mass of proton is nearly equal, because helium having the 2 electron, that means 2 proton as well as 2 neutron. Inside the nucleus there is a 2 proton positive charge and 2 neutron. So the mass of the 2 proton and mass of the 2 neutron is equivalent to the mass of 4 hydrogen atom. So that is why people understand the exact model, that is the model of atom, that electron is revolving around the nucleus, and inside the atom there is a nucleus, and nucleus consists of proton plus neutron. Neutron having the no charge, but the mass of the neutron and mass of the proton is equal. But neutron is a zero charge. So one helium atom is equal to the mass of 4 hydrogen atom. That is why the things come, the nucleus that consists of not only proton, there is a something. So the scientist Chadwick in 1932, he performed an experiment, as like Rutherford performed the experiment with the gold foil. Instead of gold foil, Chadwick take the boron as a target material, and he bombarded the alpha rays or alpha particle with this boron target material. When the alpha particle are bombarded to the boron, then the boron emits some particle or some rays. That rays is, if we put this rays in a particular electric field, that is, suppose it is the plus positive and this is the negative electric charges, then these waves does not deflect towards the negative, also does not reflect towards the positive. Since it is confirmed that this waves is electrically neutral, when the alpha particle is bombarded with the boron, then the boron emits some rays. That rays is electrically neutral because it is not attracted towards the negative plate and towards the positive plate also. So he again performed this experiment by using this scattered rays which is emitted from the target of boron, and that boron is again bombarded with the material of wax. When this material wax is bombarded with this scattered ray which is emitted from this boron after bombarding of alpha particle, this neutral rays, when scattered or bombarded with the target wax, then emits from this wax is proton. So what happened, friends, here? If this neutral rays is targeted or scattered with this wax material, then this neutral rays have quite sufficient energy to shoot out the proton from this wax. That means these rays have particular or sufficient momentum. So it is not possible if it is electromagnetic waves, that neutral waves, if it is electromagnetic waves, then it is not possible to shoot out the proton from the wax. That means this is not a electromagnetic waves, that waves which is scattered from this boron, which is neutral, and it is not a electromagnetic waves. So if it is not electromagnetic waves, then what is it? It is nothing but a something which is massive particle, which is called as electrically neutral, and that is called as now neutron. And this neutron has comparatively same mass as compared to the mass of proton. Both are comparatively same mass. That is why this massive particle, when heated or scattered with this wax, then only that massive particle having the sufficient momentum to scatter the proton from the wax. So thereafter they prove that the proton and neutron which is exist inside the nucleus. That is why the mass, when I consider about the mass of atom, that mass of atom is the mass of proton plus mass of neutron. So that is why helium atom having the 2 electron and 2 proton and 2 neutron. So this, the mass which I consider 2 proton, mass of 2 proton and mass of 2 neutron, which is equivalent to the mass of 4 hydrogen atom, because hydrogen atom having the single electron. So that is why the center of the single electron, there is a simple on proton only. So mass of 4 proton is equal to the mass of 2 proton and mass of 2 neutrons of the helium atom. So if we compare by weighing machine or electrically balanced machine, if I am putting here one helium atom and if I am putting here 4 hydrogen atom, then the mass is equivalent. So now people understand the things what we called presently atom consists of neutron, proton and electron. So this is the fundamental story behind the discovery of atom. So in the next lecture I will talk about the basic introduction of quantum mechanics, and this lecture will be continue for BSc as well as the MSc students or also the engineering students. So thank you very much for watching this lecture. I will continue my lecture. This is the lecture series number 1, discovery of atom. Thank you very much.